Hello musici, welcome to this new video of composition piece. Today I want to show you a very beautiful opening technique we can use in you can use in your composition and we can use in our works. This is something we can also find in chorales because the origin, the idea I had of making this video arises from this chorale. So this opening Partimento setting, something we can really find in Partimenti, but here set in a chorale. Now let's see what's happening. We have the bass line which goes as you can see, but I can do this way. So let's see it. Tac, no, tac, no, tac, tac. Oh, beautiful. So then you can clearly see there and you can clearly see the keyboard. This is fantastic. Wonderful. So it's this passage, as you can see, which is a cadence in a minor key, in this case G minor, followed by another cadence, a third up, B flat major. The context here is this chorale 6-1-2, so let's play it and let's see what happens. Let's play it again. Now Bach uses this technique in order to shift from G minor, where we have a cadence, to G minor because the end of the first phrase of the second phrase of the chorale. Re fa mi re, re mi fa mi re. The following phrase is la sol fa mi. And so since it's starting with D, D can be the third of B flat major, and Bach said, okay, after this cadence to G minor, let's repeat the same pattern in the bass to move to shift to B flat major and to start the new phrase of the chorale. This is the mental process, the most logical mental process that probably Bach followed. Now, what is very interesting is the presence of the leading tone here and here with the preparation, suspension, resolution. Let's use another color. Preparation, suspension, resolution. Preparation, suspension, resolution. Fa, mi, fa, re, do, re, fa, fa, mi, fa. And then we have another rhetorical figure called abruptio, where we interrupt the resolution. Fa, mi, fa, ra, ra, in order to stop fa, mi, la, sol, fa, sol, to start the new phrase. Then, here, in the other voice, we have the other movements. For example, all of these two phrases now are a third up. La, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, la, sol, fa, mi. And this way we have our three-part pattern which creates the cadence. Wonderful. If we check, if we look another Partimento, for example, let's go to Fenaroli. Chorale, Partimento, book number 2, Partimento number 2, so book 2, number 2. The beginning is Re, La, Fa, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, La, sol, fa, la, sol, la, re, G minor, do, sol, la, sol, fa, la, sol, fa, mi, la, sol, fa, sol, do. The same thing. Here has an opening movement, there has a connection. Here, even in the Partimentini, in all the Partimentini, I use this technique. For example, in the Partimentini of the compound cadence, 4.3 of the Partimento method, number 4 is the same. We start with the given rule. And then followed by another phrase in D major. So the same thing, we are in B minor, so B minor. And etc. The entire Partimentino, if you want to see how it sounds. With the mi and ton si, temperament is not the best. Temperament to finish with B major, but you understood the beginning. So we can use and find relationship between Partimento technique, composition techniques, and chorales, for example. So as you can see, the relationship between Partimenti and chorales and all the composition techniques are very important. And if you want to start a composition or improvisation, you can use this technique. For example, you can start with a major, with a minor element. For example, let's choose an element. We can do, let's think. We can do do re mi. Okay, let's do a sol fa mi. Sol fa mi. Let's do a sol fa mi in minor, which is la sol fa. Okay, we have la sol sol fa la sol sol fa mi fa sol la fa la sol fa mi re do. As you can see, the beginning is very powerful. Minor section, minor element. Actually, it can be any pattern, even the Romanesca. Let's try with the Romanesca in minor. So Romanesca, la mi fa fa sol re sol la mi. This way. We have to decide. Okay, we do the leaping Romanesca. Let's do the leaping Romanesca. I don't like this sound actually. Let's do it this way. Why? Oh, okay. Okay. We can see minor plus major, a third up, is a combination which always works, very always. We can say almost always, generally it's always, because I do not believe that there is something which is always good, which works always, but in the majority of the cases work very well at the beginning. So let's do another pattern. For example, we can start with the Romanesca, the sol fa mi. Let's do a do re mi. Okay, let's do a do re mi. So re mi fa, re. Let's do this. And then in major. is a re mi fa because re mi fa, the paired do re mi or paired re mi fa. Re mi fa. No, actually it's re mi fa. It's simple. Re mi fa. Yes, it's not paired. Paired would be re mi fa with 4 phases. Re mi fa. But here we have actually only 3 phases. Re mi fa, re mi fa, re mi fa, and then the left hand. Re mi fa, re mi fa, re mi fa, re mi, and then fa sol, fa sol, do re mi, or fa sol la. The fact that re mi fa, re fa, it's a third, and f it's an octave, so both consonances, helps us to embed both patterns. For example, and then you can continue your improvisation with other pattern. You can do a descending sequence. A minor, C major. So as you can see, the combination minor plus major a third up is very powerful for pieces in a minor key, which then continues in major. So you have to start in minor. This is the principle. Minor plus major a third up, and you get a very powerful opening. But you can also use, as we said, this not in an opening in starting your compositions, but here, even at the beginning, in the middle of a chorale, to switch from a minor key to a major key a third up. Very easy. So if you know all these techniques and these tricks of composition and Partimento, then it's very easy to improvise and compose. Easy if you study all of them, of course. The prerequisite to say that it is easy means that you have to study them a lot of time, okay? So easy in the entire framework. But once you understand how they work and you practice in the right way, then you have all the tools to compose and improvise, both things together. They are not so separate. So composition implies a keyboard practice because you have to feel, not only with your ears, but with your fingers and your hands what you do, or your instruments if you play the violin, for example. And composition, because when you compose you have more time to write even smallest things, little details that on the keyboard you do not have time, and you cannot see actually, because you have another system, 5-line system, instead of 12 keys, octaves repeated 3, 4, 10 times, depending on the instrument. So you have a lot of ways to learn these things. If you want to be guided step by step, I have the musical apprenticeship path, 1-to-1. Write to me, so then you can tell me about your situation, I mean your background, your current level, what you can do, what are your current skills, what you want to achieve. You may say, I want to compose only to the rest Partimenti. Okay. I want to learn how to compose dances. Okay. I want to focus on the fugue. Okay. So we can plan the best path for you according to what you have already studied, what you need to study for achieving your goal. So write to me and I'll be happy to work with you. Of course, in the description here you can find the link where you can write to me. You do not have to send me a carrier pigeon, okay?
Look at all these books! They are beautiful, each one more than the other, and they contain a lot of information. But they have a big problem. Either you engage in a long, painful battles against the chapters to decipher, understand and interpret what's written, or they are completely worthless. Think about when you bought your last book to learn how to compose music. How enthusiastic were you? And then, what actually happened? It stayed in your bookcase, gathering dust and rusting away. What you need therefore is not 1, 5 or 10 more books. What you need is an experienced guide who takes care to evaluate your current situation, is well aware of what your desired destination is, precisely because you tell him, so he can design the best path for your journey, points out the right exercises, shows you which mistakes to correct and how to correct them, and provides you with concrete tools to improve and get better step by step. In recent years, since I have been here on the web, I have had the pleasure of guiding by hand many people like you to learn how to compose music, to grasp the musical techniques, discover the secrets of musical composition, and then achieve concrete results. Because in the end, that's what matters, that everything you learn becomes a seed that grows your skills, and little by little you become able to compose music. And so you are happy, and happy are the people with whom you share this passion, music. For this reason, in order to help you to achieve these destinations, I've prepared 2 paths, with some things in common, but different. One to become a Renaissance musicus practicus, and another one to become a Baroque musicus practicus. Are you curious to discover all the beautiful things you can learn with me? Click on this link and download the special informational brochure, which contains all the information you need to make the best choice for you.